It was a huge place, thousands of acres of land, several thousands of heads of cattle. It had a sugar mill, a coffee plantation, a banana plantation, so it was a big business. And we live in this, we house in this, in the quarters of the owners in one wing. And when I was growing up, it was a terrific, wonderful experience because I have free range of everything. I will have horses, they fix them for us. I will go with my father to check about the cattle. My brother and I would like to raise the horses. My father wouldn't allow that, but when we're alone, we'll raise the horses. One day I had a horse which was a fairly young horse, it hasn't been broken for a long time. And the horse beat the rein and started running without stopping, all through the fields and jumping fences, and I thought I was a goner. And one of the 8 people told my father what happened. And my father ordered the man who would get the horses for us in the morning to give me a horse that was really passive, not so aggressive. What happened is they gave me this old grandfather horse that was a tired horse. He just barely walked. And when he got tired, he would bend his front legs and then the back legs like a camel. I had to get him up. But anyway, it was a terrific experience in my childhood. We used to go to the river and swim skinny dipping, and we found watermelons in the fields, or go to the sugar plantation and eat sugar cane in the middle of the field. On one occasion I stole a cigar of my father because he would smoke a cigar every evening. And my friends and I went to the sugar, between the sugar, and smoked the cigar, like Indian style, just passing it. And that cured me for ever smoking. I was sick for days, thrown up. It really hit me hard. Since that time, when I smelled cigarette smoke, it just made me nauseated. So that was a good cure.
Do you have any anecdotes of assimilating in America or being new in America?
Yes. For one thing, I didn't comprehend too well the language for some time. And for instance, the song, a Christmas song, he said, give me some figgy pudding. I understood it as being, give me some piggy pudding. And I thought, that's strange. However, I would like to taste the piggy pudding. And also, as you can see, my accent is never disappeared. In spite of being here more than 50 years, it's something, the muscles of your mouth get used to a certain amount and it never goes away. Some people can compensate it, but I was never able to do it. And for instance, the word box and bag, I don't know, you can tell the difference. But many times when I went to the grocery, when I asked for a bag, I end up with a box. So the language was something that, but I was pretty able to assimilate, integrate to the American customs. I didn't, women in Mexico in those days were very attentive of men, in the sense that they took very good care of men, And over here is equality, which is something that to me, I was not used to that. I'm sure in Mexico it's like here right now, because everything has changed there.
This is my mom, Dongjin Kim, and I will be interviewing her. So mom, where did you move from?
I'm originally from South Korea, and I used to live in the city called Daejeon, which is 1 hour south of capital city Seoul.
How old were you?
When I come here,
Yeah.
I was 24 years old.
Did you come to America with anyone?
Not all by myself.
Why did you decide to come to America specifically?
First of all, I wanted to continue my study in biological science, the graduate study, and secondly, I wanted to have more experience with the different culture and language.
When you came to America, did you already know a little English, or were you completely new to it?
In Korea, we used to start to take a class, English class, during middle school, through high school to college. But nowadays they start really early, so they start like elementary school or even before that. So because they know the earlier, the easier to learn new language.
Yeah. Did you ever take a U.S. citizenship test?
No, when I come here, I didn't take test right away. I came here with a student visa first, and
For studying?
and after marriage, I got green card, and then after like 5 to 6 years later, you can decide either you can get a citizenship and giving up the original citizenship. So I decided to do that.
Okay.
So now I have U.S. citizenship.
And when you got U.S. citizenship, you took the test?
Yes.
Was it difficult?
I thought it's really difficult, so I took it really seriously in preparing all the exam. But actually, it was really easy.
Okay. All right, thanks, Mom.
I'm from Zimbabwe, born and raised in a rural area in Zimbabwe. And I left Zimbabwe in 1978 to go live with my aunt who was in Botswana. In preparation for looking for something education-wise, I did not really want to leave at the time because I had a cousin who was attending the local university, which was pretty good. And we had been to school together since childhood, and I just wanted to go to school with him. And we had a gentleman and his wife, a family, who visited and spoke to my parents. And you know, I was in junior high, and he wondered if I finished, if I would like to come to the U.S. And I protested, but my dad convinced me that education is more than just reading books, but learning how other people live their lives. So that kind of made it for me, and this gentleman agreed to sponsor me, and so I came to, they lived in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and that's how I came to Western Michigan. I went, actually at first I went to Kalamazoo Valley Community College, where I was for a year and a half, and transferred to Western Michigan. And I was down there in about 2.5 years. And the way I flew over was from Gaborone, where I was with my aunt, to Johannesburg. And the flights were not like today, where you get on a 747, you just fly around the world. So I had to take a paddle jumper to Johannesburg, which is like a 20-minute flight from Gaborone, and then another 5 hours to go to Nairobi. At the time in Johannesburg, that was, you may have heard, that was during apartheid, and so when you're waiting in the terminal, blacks and whites didn't mix. So there was a white terminal and all other terminal. And I waited there. I'd never been on a plane. I'd never been at an airport, so I didn't know the procedures. But it worked out well. So I came all the way from Nairobi. I went to Chicago on a now no longer existing airline, TWA. Not all these airlines were